I need all my people to follow me on YouTube. On YouTube, follow me at Upmc Patrick Robinson. Press share, press like, and I need you all to press pound, CNN. My name Patrick Robinson. I'm pushing the line due to the fact it's been 4 years and some change, y'all. Due to the fact of Upmc Magee's Women's Hospital, they gave my daughter's and son's mother the wrong medicine. And with that being said, I'm getting and seeking justice due to the fact that the doctor gave the mom the wrong medicine. We lost one of the twins. As I lost one of the twins, the hospital, they came up with agreement when I was pushing the issue to give me a plaque. They gave me a plaque. They put the plaque in the basement. They have 5 floors in the hospital. Why they didn't put the plaque on the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, or the 5th floor? Once the plaque was in the hospital, guess what? Me, the kids' mom, the kids' sibling, families, including the public, couldn't go in the basement to visit the plaque. They was always calling the security guard. One of the employees ended up breaking the plaque. The plaque ended up getting broke. They ended up got another one made. I pushed the issue to go to the peoples that mediated about the plaque. And that was Commission Human Relations Department in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Here it is. Those peoples right there, they got so tired about the issues about why the plaque was in the basement, and now the plaque had ended up broken. They said, hey, guess what? We up out of this. So they ended up wrote me a letter saying, hey, guess what? We up out of that situation, man, about we had to mediate about you all about the death of your son due to discrimination. Discrimination and how I end up getting to that point because the hospital pulled guns out on me. They mistaken that I was supposed to have been someone else. Now, understand, you gave the kid's mom the wrong medicine. Next, you end up pulling a gun out on me 3 o'clock in the morning, just 6 hours before Passion Robinson is born. So Patrick Robinson's deceased, Patrick Robinson Jr. is deceased. Now you got Passion Robinson 6 hours before she was born. You came up with the story that, hey, you weren't supposed to be in this hospital. You pulled guns out on me. You jump off the elevator, you pull guns out on me. Here we is now, we mediate. But during the whole process time, after you pull the guns out on me, you come back hours later after you apologizing this thing, everything, saying, hey, we need you to sign this code of conduct book. I refused to sign. The guy ended up signing my name. I end up letting them know, like, man, you can't do that, man. I have every right up under Freedom Information Act to get that document. I got that document less than minutes off a Xerox machine at the nurse station. End up, the man called me boy once I end up letting the whole hospital know in the hallway, hey, y'all got some officers in here forging supporters' names on documents. Here it is, this guy was on some extra stuff, called me a boy again. We had words. Here it is. He followed me to the room. My kid's mom was there naked, caressing the baby. He walks in the room with this other officer. He stood there, reckless eyeballing her. From that point, here it is, people. A nurse had to come in the room, had to let him know, hey, so you can't be in here while she's undressed. Here it is now, going to patient relation. From that point, we got to the commission. The Commission Human Relations Department is the one that deals with discrimination. From that point right there, the plaque ended up being broken after all the old trash that they didn't want me and the mother there at the hospital looking at the plaque to grieve. Now the plaque is in their office because it have been another one they have really paid for to get. They told me, Mr. Robinson, you can put the plaque up in your house. You can come to the hospital and get it, or we'll send it to you. They can send me letters. I'm like, man, I'm not putting no plaque up in my house. Man, guess what? It was ordered that the plaque was supposed to have been drew by me, supposed to draw it up, and it didn't. Y'all didn't figure that out. It was also supposed to have been in the hospital. You put it in a baby so nobody wouldn't know You know, whose son it is? Who's in the memories of Patrick Robinson Jr.? What happened to him? So here we are. This is a mystery story of a black African man that was born in Compton, California, that was raised in Birmingham and Beltsman, Alabama. So here it is. You chose to actually target, point, harass, due process, negligent, discriminate me. You broke hippo. You pulled fraud. I'm a patient, supporter, and I have insurance. And we're trying to see what happened. We're trying to see, like, what happened. The math is not adding up. The math is not adding up. And I end up linking up with a lot of organizations. And these organizations, their investigation fell in place where a lot of things came to the light of what I was saying. See, these peoples of Upmc Magee's hospital, they control people. And another thing is they lie on people. They make phone calls all the way around in circles, inside the hospital, outside the hospital, and to other service of nonprofit organizations. And this is the stuff that they do to people. They lie on people. They lie on people's medical records. I seen what they did to my kid's mother medical record. We was in the room having a personal conversation about California. Now, California, of my knowledge, I was born in California. So a nurse took a conversation that I had to my kid's mom that I had and got from my family members, that when I was young, this is what was going on in California. And she put that in my kid's mother's medical records. That ain't right. That's not right. You're breaking, you broke confidentiality of what someone having in a personal life, and you put it in a medical record. That ain't got nothing to do with the medical record. I don't have anything to do with a medical records. Why are you doing that? So vindictive things that actually individuals actually do. So to break that stigma of what people's actually think, what they do, what they act to, and it's came to the light, I didn't react to none of their actions. The words, I didn't react to that. I kept it all the way funky. I kept it all the way of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Like, hey, hold up. Man, I'm Maine and Coco's son. Man, I ain't never seen no folks do this to my parents. What are y'all doing to me? Is this karma? Is this like some type, y'all acting like we in 1901? We're not on that type time no more, my people. I wasn't around when that right there was going on, my people. They didn't treat me like that in California, Alabama. Neither when I stayed in the East Coast, the Midwest. Even when I was incarcerated, they didn't treat me like that. Nah, not calling me a boy. Man, I would have flipped out. And plus it's like, come on, man. I don't talk to peoples like that. That hatred. I'm a diverse type person. You feel me? Peoples are what they is. I ain't got nothing to do with that. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know who I am. I love who I am. And thank God for the wisdom and the strength and the motivation that He gave me to educate myself with knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, to know how to graph information, recite information, and to take in the information of what peoples are doing when they got trashed. On some real talk, people. We can't be doing all this so acting like we can manipulate people, we can con artist people, we can scheme people, we can lie on people, we can make up shit and come back and say, oh yeah, man, I'm sorry. Man, you can't do that shit. You can't do that. You can't be running around here on some old extra shit talking about, hey man, check this out. Man, you dysfunction. You don't know how to talk. Man, you're special ed. You can't get married. You got so many kids. Man, I don't want to treat you this way right here because you got so many kids. You can't get medical treatment because your kids is present. You can't do that, my people. We can't do that, my people. We got to keep it all the way 100. When our kids' moms is when your child mom is in that hospital, as a black man, you should be there for that woman. I'm just keeping it real, my people. I'm just keeping it all the way real. I'm keeping it all the way real. You should support her, and you shouldn't be letting these nurses, these doctors, these anesthesias, peoples just do anything to her, especially while she's asleep. That needs to stop. And we gonna push the gas. We gonna push the gas. We gonna push the gas. And we gonna apply pressure. We gonna apply pressure. Pressure bust pipes. Remember that. So at the same time, we're going to get to the story about all this old trash. So the plaque is broken. The plaque is in the office at the Patient Relations Office in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Today is May. Yeah, this is called May Day month. Patrick would have been 4 years old if he would have been here on earth, but he's upstairs with God. You hear me? Passion would be 4 years old because she's here on earth right now. So with that being said, my people, we're just going to keep it all the way real. We're going to keep it all the way funky. We got to get answers. What happened to Patrick Robinson Jr.? We got to get answers. Why did y'all put the plaque in the basement? We got to get answers. Why the plaque got broken and nobody never reported until the family members, the parents, the kids, the siblings came to the hospital last year in July, and we found out that it was broken. We want to know, why was Mr. Robinson and Miss Carter was always targeted by certain individuals? We want to know, why was the security guards constantly harassing Mr. Robinson? That's what we want to know. We want to know this. This is what we want to know. I know the public want to know too. We want to know, why did you send Mr. Robinson mail to a whole different address that I don't even stay at, my medical record. The people that live there hadn't told me what was going on with me, with my mail. So here it is, right? I ended up doing my own investigation. One thing about me, going to school at John Valley Middle School, John Valley Elementary, Jackson Middle School, West End High School, and Winona High School. What I learned, the best academic subject that I had, scored the most in, it was math, off the top, social studies, off the top, and science. I probably couldn't read, and I probably couldn't spell right. But one thing for sure, man, and what I tell you, if I had a good score in science and social studies, I know some. I gotta know some. It's like being a journalist. It's just like being an investigator. Real talk. It's just like being an analyst. For real, my grade, I looked at all my grades. Some I was doing right to investigate. What happened to my son, Patrick Robinson Jr.? What happened along the line? With that being said, man, y'all tune in on YouTube. The account is UPMC Patrick Robinson, Robinson. Feel free to drop a cash app on Patrick, RSC Zero. That money will be accumulated to go straight to the attorney. The attorney that I'm looking for us to hire is Tiffany Simmons. She's in Atlanta, Georgia. Let's get her to work on this case. With that being said, man, y'all stay blessed.